In 1608, the telescope was invented in the Netherlands. Exactly who invented the so-called Hollandse kijker, we are not sure. Two neighboring opticians from Middelburg, Zacharias Janssen and Hans Lippershey, both claim they invented it. Another man from Alkmaar tried to patent it a month later. There's a good chance Lippershey stole the idea from Janssen. So who invented it? We will never know. But what we do know is that in 1668, Galileo improved the design, and he changed the way humanity looked at the world forever. Hey guys, and welcome to this week's episode. This week we're making an observatory, or a star watch, or a sterrenwacht, how we call it in Holland, which is basically an observatory for scientific reasons and or in some cases just purely for hobby. But I wanted to make this more like part of some meteorological institution. In Holland we have it's so-called Sonneborg, which is part of the city walls of Utrecht, and it has been repurposed. Let me show you what my inspiration is. Sonneborg is built in the city walls of Utrecht. And as you can see, it's really in the middle of a green paradise. It looks really cool. And if we zoom in, you'll see it has this small little observatory dome on the corner. And underneath it, like, this really ancient walls. And I once saw a documentary about it, where the base of this building is full of all kinds of cool archaeological sites, because they sealed it up once upon a time when they started the meteorological institution. And a couple of years ago, some people started breaking up walls and found like old pottery and all kinds of cool medieval stuff. So super interesting. And I wanted to incorporate this glass, I think it's a glass roof or something, and replace the old buildings with a little bit more modern, but I think like 18th, 19th century fancy buildings. But I still want to keep the wall intact. And the location is quite important. It is on the end of the city walls. So I imagine in Utrecht it used to be the end of the city and it used to be really dark out there. But in our map, on our island, this is also the very stretched part of the city where you look out over the ocean. So it is a fitting location and it makes sense that it will be here. I deliberately made the episode about the city wall where I could detail one part of the bastions, so I could later on replace it with this observatory. I was really in the mood of creating this observatory, so... Okay, what you see me do on screen right now, yeah, so you saw me remove the cannons and some of the little parts of the fortress, but not too much. I tried to keep it intact as much as I could, and I was looking around what kind of buildings I could use, and these buildings from, I think they are from Last Gecko. They are perfect, they fit perfectly on the heist as well, so when I placed one, I decided I placed the other one as well mirrored, because it looked really cool. Oh yeah, here I shrink down the gigantic observatory. I don't know how big that thing was on the workshop, but I like 90% scaled it down. And now it's here making a little base on the wall and trying to get it on the corner. There's no way I'm trying to make like a one-on-one reproduction of the Sonneborg institution, but I wanted to make my own twist on it. But still, it makes most sense that this little telescope is on the corner. For the rest, my plan was to make the top part of the observatory a bit like a park. It seemed like most of the Sonneveld Observatory is also some kind of, well, it almost looks like leisure space. I understand there's not much you can do with that space and you need some room to turn around the telescope, but yeah. So here I'm starting to plop down these decals with tiles and just fill in the whole place. This week we're only building this observatory, so it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. It seems like I'm saying that every week, but I'm going to Germany for a couple of days for work, and upcoming weeks, there's a chance I won't upload. I think I will manage, but I got 3 trips across the world planned for my work again. So yeah, it's hard to keep a schedule. But around the same time, CS2 will drop. So most of you will have plenty of entertainment so far, fellow Cities Skylines creators. I think I will continue. I was actually so tempted to almost build a new island last week and base it on a Caribbean island. I didn't, but there might be another series before I switch to CS2. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah, we'll have to see first when the game is out. But there's a good chance I'll start focus more on creating assets for CS2. So in between, I'll probably work on this project and perhaps another one. I'm not sure. I'm keeping the door open, I would say. So I was wondering, I really enjoy these small builds, these one big building, a campus, a oil rig, an observatory. I'm perhaps gonna make a Dutch camping for caravans. But if you guys have something really specific which you want me to build, could you please leave it in the comments? I am sometimes searching for inspiration. I am slowly filling up the island and I want to modernize some stuff, but adding some vital infrastructure which modern cities need to have. So I need to build a hospital, for example, still, and that kind of stuff. But please, if you think I'm missing something or I should build something or you have just a real cool idea, let me know. I'll try to incorporate it. Right now on screen, I'm adding some planters between the old stairs where the guns used to be. And I got this prop bushes. I have 300 gram, but it's a bit fiddly sometimes, so I just use these props and make like a well-maintained garden. And I think it adds a lot. It makes the whole space more friendly and nice and more like a well-maintained and well-financed institution. Yeah, I really like how it's turning out. The details, the wall is still there. I am considering also adding like a bike lane all across the city walls. That sounds like a real cool project. Not maybe that realistic though, but it sounds really cool if I could add a bike lane around the city. I would totally do a bike lane across the city. Here I'm adding some SID markers. I got these from a tip by Canadian Moose. I also seem to mention his name in every episode, but I'm just really inspired by him. It's really cool. I think we both. I inspire him, he inspires me, so that's a good thing to keep around. I'm just adding a parking lot for the personnel here and some green space surrounding it. And that's where I call it a day. The end of the episode is already upon us, so... One thing I had to mention, last week's audio was a bit shitty. I heard the mixture between music and my voice was a bit over the top. And this week it seems like my mic is a little bit more distorted. So I might need to invest in some new microphone. But my apologies if I burst your eardrums a couple of times this episode. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna look for a better mic or a better solution. I'm recording on this old snowball. You know which one I mean, the round ones. I need a better one. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't done yet. And I really want to thank my Patreons. And if you want to become a Patreon and have early access, you can always click the link down in the description. But for now, everyone, thank you so much. Your time and watching this videos means the world to me. I really am thankful and grateful for this community. So I hope I'll be there next week. Let's try and we'll see. For now, thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. This was Jass. Bye.